Hey everybody, it's Luke, and I just wanted to congratulate everybody on their fall marathons. It was a great season for us. Had a lot of great PRs, a lot of breakthroughs for people on a personal level, and it was great to be a part of that. So at this time of year, we're wrapping that up, and we're getting ready for turkey trots and jingle bell runs and spending time with family and all that good stuff. And it's a great time of year. In December, we're starting our Boston Marathon training group. So it's something we've done for the last several years, and it's great fun. Um, we end up building quite a bit of community with it, and really developing a lot of relationships. And a lot of people I've coached for a long time actually started out of that Boston Marathon training group, and then they've stayed on for a number of years since then. But it's a great opportunity to follow a Boston specific plan, have support along the way, even make some new friends, have great discussions with our community and things like that. But it's a perfect opportunity to share the journey. You've got a coach who's run Boston a few times, and then having the other folks here who've run Boston. That if you haven't run Boston, you can draw from their experience. So it is a great opportunity. So what you get from us is an 18-week training plan. You have three choices. You have a peak of 55 miles a week, 75 miles a week, or 100 miles per week at peak. You have access to the Run Club, which will actually give you access to our strength training plans if that's something you want to add to your schedule. You also have access to hours of resources of videos that we have. We do more discussion in there, check in there on a little bit more regular basis with the Boston group. We have a private social platform for training discussions and building community. There's a couple different options that we do with that, depending on which way the group wants to go. But we have that opportunity, and it's nice to get that community and that discussion platform rolling with that. So we also have exclusive blogs, coaching videos that I provide. I've inserted some things in the actual plan so you can see them as they come up, and then I kind of remind people what they should be watching and then asking questions on there. So that those videos and those posts actually serve as a great catalyst for generating more discussion, and then we can build on top of that with what people are going through in the current group. And you have access to me. So you have access to me through the private social group and the message boards. I'm always in there answering questions and stuff. So I actually get notified anytime something's asked in there, so I can see what it is and then answer right away, or find you the right answer, or just open up the discussion even more. So like I said, it's a great opportunity. There are some questions usually come and play with that. And so the first one is obviously, are the plans based on the Hanson's Marathon method? And of course, the philosophy I coach with stem from Kevin and Keith. And that philosophy is worked for so many people. There's no sense in changing that. The only thing is that the workouts themselves are more geared towards being Boston specific, so more specific hill type of workouts. And then I discuss when to do certain things regarding hills, when to get on hills, when to stay off hills, kind of spacing those things out so you don't get, overloaded with hills and end up getting hurt because we've thrown too much at you at one time. But in general, yes, the plans are based on those philosophies. The second question is, what plan is best for me? So the 55-mile week plan is really kind of a blend between the mileage that you would reach at the Hanson's Marathon Method beginner and advanced plans, right in the middle of there. So to me, that's a really good place to start for a lot of folks. So I'd say if you're looking to run, 3:30 and above, that's a great place to start. If you're, getting close to that 3-hour mark, you may want to jump up to the 75-mile a week plan. And then if you're somebody who's already at a high mileage, and the 100-mile a week per plan would be best for you. The next question is, what if I don't need an 18-week plan? And that's a very good question, and something that comes up quite a bit, because right now we're having people who are just finishing up, November marathons, and they're not really going to need 18 weeks. And most people actually don't necessarily need 18 weeks if they're consistent with their training. So they're 18 weeks, but I've kind of built in the first 4 weeks to be there if you need it, and we can easily take it out if you don't need it. So it can easily be modified down, not even really modified. We just kind of lop that first 4 weeks off for folks who are already kind of building base and already at a decent amount of mileage. We don't need that. We don't need to make a full 18 dedicated weeks of marathon training. We can actually cut that down to 14 very easily. So now, does that mean you shouldn't sign up? I would say sign up to be in the group as soon as it starts in December, just because I'm going to open up a lot of discussions early on, because otherwise we kind of run out of time, and we want to make sure that certain things are discussed before you actually need to implement them, so you can kind of plan ahead and train accordingly to what you're going to need to do. So there's just a lot of information to be covered, and we start as soon as we can. We actually start a little bit before you probably actually even need to start training for it. So I would still sign on for starting in December, but then recognize that we can easily cut that first 4 weeks off if you're already doing something else until then. So I know a lot of people are going to try to get through turkey trots, jingle bell runs, things like that, and even some early January half marathons, and then switch over to marathon training. We've definitely done our best to be able to implement that type of thing. And then finally, what is the cost of the program? And so for the group coaching, a day-to-day schedule, all the resources, and all the discussion that happens over the course of 20 weeks, the cost is $197. $197 gets you all that. So that's basically 20 weeks of access to an individual coach with a day-to-day schedule based on an already successful program. So with that, I hope everybody can join us that is interested. And this time of year, maybe bug that spouse to get you that for a Christmas present or something like that. But those are the questions that have come up. But I'd really like to express my my gratitude for the fall marathon folks who've trusted us to get them to where they wanted to be, and then open this up for you guys and kind of explain a little bit more what's going on with the Boston Marathon group. So with that, take it easy, and I will talk to you all later. All right, bye-bye.